Welcome to my CoinCast TV. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting and historical coin, the 1961 South Africa 1 cent coin. This is not just a simple coin, but a piece of history that tells us a story about a country, its past, and its transformation. If you look closely at this coin, you will notice two important sides. On one side, there is a detailed image of an ox wagon, and on the other side, there is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Queen Elizabeth II became the Queen of the United Kingdom in 1952. She ruled for many decades and became one of the longest reigning monarchs in history. Her image appeared on coins in many countries, especially those that were part of the British Commonwealth. South Africa was once part of the British Commonwealth, which is why Queen Elizabeth II's portrait appeared on its coins. Now let's talk about the year 1961, which is very important. In 1961, South Africa officially became a republic. This means that it separated from British rule and became fully independent in terms of governance. This was a major turning point in the country's history. With this change, South Africa also introduced a new currency system. The old system based on pounds was replaced with a new system called the rand. The coin we are discussing today belongs to that transitional period, a time of change. Now let's look at the ox wagon on the coin. The ox wagon is not just a random design. It represents an important part of South African history known as the Great Trek. During the Great Trek, Dutch settlers known as Boers traveled across the land using ox wagons. These wagons were used to carry families, goods, and supplies as they moved to new territories. Because of its historical importance, the ox wagon became a national symbol, and that is why it was featured on the coin. Now here's something very interesting. Even though South Africa became a republic in 1961, this coin still shows Queen Elizabeth II. This is because it was part of a transition period between the old system and the new one. Soon after, new coins were introduced that no longer featured the Queen's portrait. Instead, they focused on local identity and national symbols. So, this 1961 coin is special because it represents a moment in history where the old and new systems overlapped. Let's talk about how long this coin was used. This design did not last very long. After 1961, South Africa quickly moved to new coin designs without the Queen's image. So, this coin is considered part of a short-lived series. Now, let's discuss its value today. In today's market, this coin is not extremely rare, but it still holds value for collectors. If the coin is in average condition, it may be worth a small amount. However, if it is in excellent or uncirculated condition, it can be more valuable. Collectors often look for coins like this because they represent important historical changes. Coin collecting itself is a fascinating hobby. Through coins, we can learn about history, culture, and political changes. Each coin tells a story, and this 1961 South Africa coin is a perfect example. This coin teaches us that even a small object can carry a big story. On one side, we see a queen representing colonial history. On the other side, we see an ox wagon representing local heritage and struggle. Together, These two images tell the story of a nation transitioning from colonial rule to independence. If you have old coins like this, you should keep them safe. They may not always be very expensive, but their historical importance makes them valuable in another way. South Africa's journey in 1961 shows us how countries evolve, how identities change, and how history is preserved in small things like coins. There are many coins around the world that have similar stories. If we take the time to study them, we can discover amazing details about the past. Today, we explored one such coin, a coin that is more than just money. It is a historical document. I hope you enjoyed learning about this coin. If you like videos like this, make sure to follow the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Please subscribe.